Hey, it's Uncle Joe and Uncle Joe Hikes. I'm out here at Elachee again. I realized looking through my videos that I haven't done a video on the main part of Elachee in a long time, and really wanted to come out and get some walking time in. I think it's good to have locations you can go that you can get on the dirt and simulate your more backcountry type hikes and keep your legs going. So that's kind of what I'm doing today. It's very overcast. Really expected remnants of Francine to soak our area today, and all of that kind of ended yesterday as far as the rain, but it is windy off and on, and it's very overcast. We're not very far from the interstate. This whole plot of woods here is called Chicopee Woods. Is an area that straddles the interstate. Mountain bike trails are on the back side, which is where the Chicopee mountain bike trails are. I was heavily involved in the group that maintained those, and they still maintain it, though I'm less involved than I used to be. About 10 years ago, this was all put under an easement because the waters that flow from here don't go back to Lake Lanier, which is very close. They actually go south down toward Lake Oconee. And so this whole watershed was protected for that reason, and thus hopefully these trails are protected for a long time as well. Temperatures are nice today. I suspect it's going to be a little bit moist on the ground, and we are seeing that. Hopefully not too much mud. A little bit humid, yeah. So, you know, what are you going to do? Hurricane came through. There's not much you can do about the humidity till it all blows out. But by the time it got up here, it was really just showers. We didn't even get a lot of the wind that they suspected. They were suspecting 40-mile-an-hour gusts and trees to be down. That never really materialized. Breezy would be what I would say at best, at least up where I am. Alright, we're working our way over this little footbridge. Pretty soon we'll be merging with a trail that kind of splits this loop that we turned off of earlier. We're on the bridge loop at the moment, and this will take us down to the lake loop, and then we'll work our way around. So we've jumped back on this side of the creek, of course, with that little footbridge. We're going to go down, and I think it's the lake loop that's going to merge in with us up here, and then we'll head over to another bridge and hop back over. This is a pretty network of trails. I think it's definitely something that is worth coming to hike. You know, maybe your midweek hike, or anytime that you can't get up to the mountains. You're not going to get a lot of climbing out here, but you will get some mileage. You know, you can loop together some of the loops up closer to the nature center when you get back around, or even go back out on the backcountry trail there. You can get a good bit. If you're a runner, a lot of runners come out here, then you can definitely get a good workout running out here and not have to worry too much about going up too many long climbs or down too many steep descents. There's some small descents and some small climbs, but you know, nothing like climbing up Blood Mountain or something like that. So we've been on the bridge loop, and if we'd have gone straight out of the parking lot, we'd have came down this. This is the upland trail. You can see on here, it's this very faint pink line in the middle here, and then it joins the bridge loop. So they call this the bridge loop, and this the lake loop. I think this used to all be considered a lake loop, if I'm not mistaken, but they've changed it up a little bit. But anyway, we're going to go down here, make our way where the swinging bridge is, and make a decision if we want to come around this way or go across the swinging bridge. We'll see. Alright, heading back across the creek. Notice this bridge has got a little bit of a bow in it. But yeah, we'll head down this way. There's a little bit of a spillway, I think, down here. I'm a little surprised the creek ain't flowing a little more than it is, given how much rain we got. But it's not. Trail's going to turn here, but it used to go down along the creek there, down by that spillway. Now it comes up and makes a little bit of a loop, and we'll come out just on the other side there. Another tree down over there too, makes it a little hard to get over there, but hook up this little bit of a hill climb here. Go up, make our way up the ridge and then down again. Not a bad climb at all. Down there's our spillway. Alright, we're back at the trail junction, I should say, with the old trail. So we're back on the old section of trail. Definitely windy. Everyone knows it's windy. Alright, we're at the junction with the lake loop here. There's the swinging bridge. I think what we're going to do is go across the swinging bridge and then come around the lake and then cross it again. So we're going to do this as a figure 8 this time. Just to switch it up a little bit. I could use the miles. It's always fun to go across the swinging bridge. Getting a little bit of sunshine peeking through. See some out in the woods there. It's trying. This section's always longer than I remember. They got some armoring in here, which is nice. Make our way up here where the loop splits. Alright. Toward the lake. Got some ground cedar there. All around. Lots of it down in here. Always nice to see ground cedar. We peeled away, I think, from the old trail, because I want to say the old trail went back there. And making our way out on a newer section. It's been here a while, but really nice. I think it takes us out here to some rocks, if I'm not mistaken. Rocky area. I'm coming down into this creek bottom here. This is some of the rocky area. Water's kind of exposed, I guess. It's kind of cool. Real pretty area. Got some more rocky features here. This is a nice touch right here. Well done. Adding this feature to the trail. I think Daryl Dollar is still the maintenance and facilities person here at Elachee. He's probably known about that rock going across the creek for years and tried to figure out some way to get the trail there, and there you are. So if that was you, Daryl, thanks a lot. That tree is a bad tree. You might say it's naughty. So an update on my weight loss. I've managed to get down about 14-15 pounds. It's been slow going. The last 2 or 3 weeks has only been a couple pounds, maybe 3. I think I need to take my fat intake up. on this ketogenic diet. But I also know that I've been doing relatively low keto for a while anyway, at least on the first half of the day. So my body might be on to me. And you know, it's just making for a slower pace. But we'll see. It is slow, steady pace. I know I'm in ketosis. I can check that. Kind of is what it is. You know, your belly when you're my age is the last thing to go. It's the first thing you want to go. Your body kind of treats it like it's retirement plan, you know. It's like, trust me, one day you're gonna be glad you got this belly. I hope I never have to be glad. Hopefully it's gonna start whittling down, and it has. I can tell my clothes fit better and all that jazz, but kind of get impatient, but it's happening. I'm also noticing that I'm making a little bit more power now when I get done with my mid-week walks, which are usually anywhere from 3.5 to 4.5 miles, sometimes 5. That I got more in the tank when I'm done. You know, that's not a lot of miles, but I think when you walk a park or a trail like this that you've done before, you've done several times, I think you pick your pace up because it's so familiar to you. And so sometimes you find yourself getting wore out on them, and it's because, you know, you're probably walking faster than you thought, because of the familiarity. You kind of want to get through it, you know, hey, I got to go get this miles in, so you just kind of push yourself, and then you wind up being tired when you're done, which is not a bad thing to be tired when you're done, but when you're on a diet like this and you find yourself not being quite as tired, it's a good sign. So hopefully that means progress. So we've been hearing traffic along the road there, so we know we're getting closer and closer to the lake. The big parking area back there in a pavilion. There's also like a little dock on the lake. We'll blaze across the earthen dam at the bottom of the lake and then work our way back. All right, there's our little ring of benches there. Haven't really kept these up, but there they are. You sit down and figure on stuff. Anyway, onward. Wind's definitely kicking up now and then. Just had a piece of tree fall down right by me. I say right by, probably 10 feet away. I hated to see this tree come down because it was a perfect L. Stuck straight up in the air here. But it was dying, sadly. This bridge is sagging too. It's very off camber. So we'll make our way across. We'll be at the parking lot, the lower parking lot here, in a few minutes and make our way across it. Alright, coming up out of the creek there. Been hiking alongside of it for a while, which is it's a pretty hike. Got some new handrails on this bridge. You can see the parking lot through the trees there. Indeed y'all do. Here we go. All right, there's where the backcountry trail comes in. We'll make our way back to the swinging bridge. A relatively lengthy side over here getting back to the bridge, so it's going to take us back into the woods for a while here after we leave the lake. So now, get a pretty good view. Now we just left the picnic tables. There's some picnic tables at the very last point you really see the lake. Apologize for not filming that. There's a kiosk there. You can't miss them. So, work our way through these woods, and then we'll get to the swinging bridge. All right, we're moving our way along through these woods. It takes a while to get through here on this side because it's about 1.7 miles. So, you know, it's not going to clip off like the other side where I think we had right at 9/10, I think, when we joined up on the other side of the bridge down to the lake. From the lake this way, I think it's 1.7 to the bridge. Then we'll work our way across. It's a nice walk though. You kind of feel like you're out there, which is nice. All right, we closed our loop. Closed the lake loop. So now, we're going to make our way across and close the bridge loop. Alright, we're back here where our loops meet, and we're making our left to continue on the bridge loop. I believe this is new, because I think you used to go up the double track, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's interesting. So here's another section, old section they're bypassing here. You can see, used to go straight on that way. I'm moving straight. Yeah, it's nice to be on a new section of trail here, this reroute. We know it's relatively new. You can see that it's relatively newly cut. There's a good portion of the trail that hasn't gotten all the way down to the hard pack yet. Runners and the walkers will get it beaten in, but it looks good. It's had a good bit of traffic already. Well, we're making our way down to this creek bottom here. A footbridge down there. Somebody did put a good bit of work in making this. When you factor in this little footbridge, all those steps on the other side, they go way on up yonder. You can see them all the way up there. Here we go. Oh boy. Now we're making our way back down to the creek bottom. Definitely a change. So we're back on the old section. We were on I think a short section of old trail interspersed in there. That had some up and down in it. You can take back what I said about climbing. There was a little bit of climbing in there. Out of that creek bed, down into it again. All right, back down across the creek here. All right, merged with the ridge trail. You can take this back around behind the nature center. We're going to take a left. Back towards Old Gobi. So this little connector will connect back over to that upland trail. We're going to go this way, continue the bridge loop. They'll come together fairly close, I think. So they've connected these loops right here close to the nature center in a different way, I guess to extend that bridge loop. And it looks like maybe to make it a 5K proper, because there's that little 5K marker under there, under the sign. So that would make some sense. Helps the runners. They probably do a run out here, a group run, I don't know. But I remember this section I'm on now just kind of being sort of an inner loop, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, I'm a little winded. It's a little bit of climbing in there, going in and out of those creek bottoms. They've definitely made it a little more challenging on that side. Get your rhythm, get your breathing going, and I guess by extension your rhythm. All right, we can see the parking lot right there, and there's actually a little pig trail that will go to the kiosk where we started. But we're going to keep moving around. There should be a connector trail down here. It's going to come in from the parking lot. There's a start marker down here too, which I would assume is for the 5K. So anyway, let's see what's down here. Change it up a little bit, like I said, probably so they can mark off that 5K. It's always good, you know, for runners. I'm sure they feel like it's good to know if I run all of this section here at this place with this color, I've done exactly 5K. I'm sure that's very helpful to them. Here we go. Now to go on to Elachee Nature Center. Let's take us up to Old Gobi. There's Old Gobi waiting patiently. Hopefully nobody broke in and got my super elastic bubble plastic, so I can make one of those pitiful looking balloons. Well, Elachee Nature Center, Lake Loop and Bridge Loop done. I'll put the particulars. It should be about 5.9 or so, right at 6 miles. Be interesting to see what the steps are. A little bit up and down in there, especially in the new section, so that's good to see. It gives it some personality. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, get something to eat.